What's up, guys? This is my DVD update for July 31st, 2012. First one we have here is a dollar store DVD that I have not watched yet, called Power, Passion, and Murder, starring Darren McGavin and Michelle Pfeiffer. Although one weird thing is about this movie that I looked up online. First of all, this movie is not on IMDb. And second of all, while the front cover says Power, Passion, and Murder, the binding says The Conflict. Don't know what's up there, so I'll have to watch this movie, see what it's like. Can't really comment on that because I haven't seen it yet. Next one I have here is an action movie with Charles Bronson called Assassination. This movie was alright. It wasn't that good. It was kind of boring, to be honest, at points. I like the Death Wish movies better than this. This one wasn't really that good. Got it at Walgreens for $3, so why not? But yeah, if you're an action movie fan, maybe check it out. But I mean, I just wasn't really a fan of it. I don't know. If you're a Charles Bronson fan and you haven't seen it, check it out. It's pretty good. Now this is a cool movie that sadly has never had an official DVD release. I don't know why, because this is a cool movie. I really liked it. When I was watching it, the thing about this movie, it's just never boring. You're watching it and stuff just keeps on happening. It never gets boring, in other words. It's called Prison. It was directed by Renny Harlin, who directed Die Hard 2, starring Viggo Mortensen, who you know from probably Lord of the Rings, even though I don't watch those, Lane Smith, Chelsea Field, Lincoln Kilpatrick, and Andre Deschildes. Lincoln Kilpatrick, you may remember him from another prison movie called Fortress, even though that one's more kind of sci-fi. And Chelsea Field, I don't know anything else that she's in, but she kind of sucks at acting in this movie. It's basically your same type storyline as Shocker and Trick or Treat, and it's pretty much like you take Shocker, Trick or Treat, and The Wraith, put them all together, it's Prison. Even though, once again, Shocker came 1989, this was 88. I think Shocker took from a lot of movies. Trick or Treat, this, The Wraith. There was a period of time in the 80s where they did tons of those the spirits coming back for revenge. They did a lot of those types of movies. I like those types of movies, too. So, Prison was a very good one. It kept me entertained. It kept me just glued in. I kept on watching it. I watched the movie like 3 times, too. I really liked it. And this is just a bootleg, and the guy I bought from really did a good job with the cover and the disc. So, yeah, definitely check out Prison if you haven't seen it. You can get bootlegs of it real cheap offline. Now, this one's a cool one. Runaway with Tom Selleck. This is a cool movie. It was fun to watch. It's Tom Selleck going up against killer robots that were evilly programmed by Gene Simmons. And no, it's not like Trick or Treat where Gene Simmons is in the movie for one scene for 2 minutes. Gene Simmons is in this a lot. He's one of the main stars, along with Kirstie Alley, along with Cynthia Rhodes, even though I don't really know her that well. Directed by Michael Crichton, who he's an author. That's pretty much all I know about him. Definitely check Runaway out, though. Very cool sci-fi suspense thriller action movie. Tom Selleck did this pretty much as he was shooting Magnum P.I. This was 84, so that was probably the show's 4th or 5th season, I would imagine. It's got really cool special effects too. I was hoping to see some sort of feature on like how they made the movie, but sadly it's a bare bones DVD. They have awesome special features such as Portuguese, Chinese, Korean, and Thai subtitles. Okay, you could get those subtitles, but you can't get some features how you made the movie. Now, this one was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why I bought it in the first place, but it was bad. Fat Albert. Just pass on that one. Overboard with Kurt Russell. This one's pretty funny. Him and Goldie Hawn in it, and Katherine Hellman and Roddy McDowall. Funny thing is about Roddy McDowall co-starring in this movie is that he's the one who he was the executive producer. This movie it was okay. Everybody was saying it's like hysterical and stuff. I watched it. Really it didn't make me laugh, but it doesn't mean it was bad. I still enjoyed it. It's a decent comedy, but it's not one that made me like laugh or really enjoyed. But it's just all right. This one I like though. It's another Kurt Russell comedy called Used Cars. Him, Garrett Graham, Frank McRae, Deborah Harmon, and Jack Warden. Now this one's got features unlike all the other ones. It's got a outtakes and a commentary with Bob Gale, who's the producer, Kurt Russell, and Robert Zemeckis, who's the director. I really don't know anything he's directed. My cat wants to be in the video. I liked it though. This is a funny movie. It was made in '80, so it's pretty old, but it ends with this giant like car chase thing that's pretty cool. I love the license plate opening at the end. It's just a cool movie. Garrett Graham from this movie, you probably know him from all those horror movies. He was in Child's Play 2. He was in Terror Vision, Chopping Mall, or he was Bud in Judd 2. Sorry if I'm going a little faster in this one. I got a short memory card in there. So, next four actually are the Lethal Weapon movies. I like all of the Lethal Weapon movies, to be honest, but to be fully honest, I would have to say my favorite was 3. I don't know. 3 to me had awesome action, an awesome finale at the construction site, an awesome opening with the bomb. I won't spoil it, even though the trailer pretty much spoils the whole thing, but I don't know. Joe Pesci's funny. He's blonde for whatever reason. It's why also I love the end credits song by Elton John and Eric Clapton in the Lethal Weapon 3, that Runaway Train, that song. Lethal Weapon 2 had a cool song at the ending too. Lethal Weapon 1 has Gary Busey in it, and Tom Atkins. Gary Busey and Tom Atkins. Enough said right there. Sorry. And then part 4 with Jet Li. I mean, it was alright. It was just unnecessary. It was unnecessary. I don't think part 4 needed to be made. I'm trying to clap, get my cat's attention away. Hang on a second. Epic pause. I have returned. Now this next one is it's this 80s TV comedy movie I saw on demand, and I got a bootleg of it online, and I'm thankful I did, because this has got to be one of the best cheesy 80s movies I have ever seen in my life. It's called Crash Course. See, right there, Crash Course. Pretty much you took all the stars of popular 80s sitcoms at the time and put them all in this movie together. There you go. Got Alyssa Milano, Brian Bloom, Jack A. Harry, Harvey Korman, Charles Robinson, Brian Bloom, B.D. Wong. Yeah. There's a rapping Japanese guy in this movie. You gotta love that. And this movie never got put on VHS, and it never got put on DVD. I do not know why, because this movie was awesome. I mean, yeah, it's a TV movie, and it's probably one of the most cheesy things you will ever watch, but it's fun. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I don't know. You're probably going to think it's going to suck, but I thought it was fun. There's a similar TV movie like that about prom called Dance Till Dawn. I haven't seen that one yet, though. But definitely Crash Course. It's on YouTube, too. If you want to just watch it on YouTube, there you go. And, yeah, it's just an awesome cast. Tina Yothers, Edie McClurg. Yeah. And this next one was this detective movie. I mean, it wasn't really that great, to be honest with you. It's called Hollywood Homicide with Josh Hartnett and Harrison Ford. Just pass on that one. That one kind of sucked. Now this next one I won at a carnival for free. Futurama Into the Wild Green Yonder. I've never watched this show before. I have no idea. I haven't watched this DVD yet. I have no idea what this is like. So I don't know about that one either. Now this next one's a pretty oddball, wacky German comedy movie that has a bunch of American stars in it, such as Ernest Borgnine, who sadly passed away just a few weeks ago. Who else? There's John Hillerman, Arthur Bross, Art Matrano. Art Matrano, you might know him from Mauser in the Police Academy movies. You know, John Hillerman was Higgins in Magnum PI, and you got Chris Mitchum in this. It's a really wacky German comedy movie called Real Men Don't Eat Gummy Bears. Yeah, that title alone pretty much says it all, huh? But it was a fun movie. It's low budget as hell, but it really doesn't have a lot of story. It doesn't have a lot of a story, and some of the acting is that sucks. But still, it has a cool like '80s soundtrack. I don't know. I just enjoyed it for some reason. Bentley Mitchum, who's Chris Mitchum's son's in this. Robbie Rosa, I don't know who he is. Angela Alvarado, don't know who she is. But still, other than that, I mean, if you're in a real happy mood, I'd give it a try, see what you think of it. Real Men Don't Eat Gummy Bears. That title alone pretty much says it all. So yeah, just check it out if you could find it. That is, this is actually a pretty rare movie. Now, this next one was a very cool documentary called "Here's Looking at You, Warner Bros." I gotta be honest, this one was pretty cool. You got interviews with people: Goldie Hawn, Steven Spielberg, Chevy Chase, Clint Eastwood, Barbra Streisand, and it covers pretty much the history of how Warner Brothers got started. So if you're into filmmaking or if you want to be a director, you can watch this. See how the Warner Brothers found. They pretty much have it's pretty much like a timeline of the Warner Brothers stuff. It goes from the family history, then to the Looney Tunes, to Casablanca, to Star Wars, to Stanley Kubrick, comedy in the 80s, Robert De Niro, Clint Eastwood, and it ends with a cool closing montage. And I found this at Big Lots I never even go to Big Lots, so I don't know, but this was at Big Lots for $3, so yeah, I checked it out, and it was actually really cool. I would strongly recommend Here's Looking at You, Warner Brothers. If you're a documentary fan, definitely. It's a great, really well put together documentary too. I don't know if they made more like this about the other movie companies. I'll have to look up on that. I'd be interested to hear about the formations of some of the other ones besides Warner Bros. That's the last one I got at Big Lots along with it. World's Most Amazing Videos, Volume 1. It's got 5 episodes on it. I've watched all 5 just because I like these home video type things. This one, there were tons and tons of videos in here. You're watching it, and you think to yourself, how did that person not die? Like, there was one guy going bungee jumping, and it got wrapped around his neck, and he's bouncing there. I'm like, how did that guy not break his neck and die? I mean, some of this crap, those people could have really got seriously hurt when you watch this, but they interview them, so you know there were, no fatalities when you watch it. Well, some of them had fatalities, but none of them died, so... It's a very interesting VHS, though. Definitely pick it up if you like America's Funniest Home Videos or home video shows like that. This would be cool. I mean, sure, this isn't really funny, but this is just my favorite video that was shown on here was probably the firework factory explosion in Denmark. Ooh, that was interesting. So yeah, for my July 31st DVD update, we got World's Most Amazing Videos, Volume 1. Here's Looking at You, Warner Brothers, or Warner Bros. Real Men Don't Eat Gummy Bears. You gotta love that title. Futurama, Into the Wild Green Yonder. I'll have to see how that is. Hollywood Homicide, just pass on it. This one wasn't really that great. Crash Course, a very fun 80s TV movie. Comedy. Funny. All 4 Lethal Weapon movies. I like 1. I really like 2, and 3's my favorite, and 4 was okay. It was just unneeded. Used Cars, good comedy with Kurt Russell. Overboard was an okay comedy with Kurt Russell. Fat Albert sucks. Runaway was a very cool sci-fi thriller action movie. Tom Selleck. If you like Magnum PI, definitely watch. He's playing pretty much the same person. Prison, a very, very cool 80s horror movie. Let's hope it gets actually released on DVD one of these days. I would love to see an official DVD release of Prison. Assassination, I say skip on it, but if you're a fan of Charles Bronson, maybe check it out. And Power, Passion, and Murder, aka The Conflict, which is nowhere on IMDb or anything. I haven't even watched it yet, so we'll have to see what it's like. Alright, that was my July 31st update. I'll talk to you all later.